Hi YouTube, it's me, the Shy Pianist, or you may know me as Donald of Zephyr War Games, bringing you another deck profile. So for this deck profile, we'll be covering deck 26 Makoto, who is my rock deck, or for you old players will know Exod Master of the Guard. So what? For you people who don't know about Exod Master of Guard, it was a structure deck, I think, alongside with the Dino Fury, which is now, we now have the new dinosaur deck. So I wanted to cover this deck profile before we get this sort of new ramped version of Exod, of the rock deck, and then I'll go straight cover this deck profile. But nonetheless, first and foremost, the deck is it was made to be played for fun, and of course my card sleeves are standard size as with all my other ones. But other than that, let's get straight into the deck profile. So starting straight off, we are playing triple Exod Master of God. So this is the boss monster of the deck, and for all of you who don't know, Exod can't be normal summoned or set. You cannot be special summoned except by attributing one monster on your side of the field that includes Sphinx in its card name. While this card is face up on the field, each time an Earth monster is flip summoned, inflict 1000 points of damage to your opponent. So the way the rock deck worked was that you summon this guy, summon the boss monster, and then you would flip summon your rock monsters, which are generally Earth, or if not, they all are Earth, and then you burn your opponent for 1000 damage. What is interesting to note is that if you do play DNA Transplant, which makes changes the attribute and you declare Earth, if your opponent flip summons any of their monsters despite their original attribute is under an Earth, it will be changed to Earth, and then it will proc Exod Master of God's effect and burn your opponent for 1000 damage. So yeah, just a funny little interaction with that. But yeah, this is what this deck's all about. So on to probably the one you would tribute, but it is a triple Guardian Sphinx. Now Guardian Sphinx has with all the rock monsters in most case, is that once per turn you can flip this monster set this face down. So this is kind of a similar way in how Subterras work, but this is like the OG of what the deck was. So you flip it face down, and then the effect is if this card is flip summoned, you can return all monsters to on your opponent's side of the field to the hand. So just non-target, bounce all your opponent's monsters to hand. So this is the one you would generally tribute. I only played the one Heracross Sphinx. There is another Sphinx card, but this one, Heracross Sphinx, has the effect that as long as this is face up your side of the field, your set monsters cannot be selected as an attack target. So it helps basically prevent, you're setting your weaker ones, and then if you're able to get this out beforehand, you'll be able to effectively prevent them from being attacked and get their effects during your next turn. Next, I play triple Golem Sentry. Now, I was looking at Golem Sentry, as well as I do play the two Guardian Statue. But let me just cover Golem Sentry. So Golem Sentry is you target a monster on your opponent's side of the field when it's flip summoned and return it to hand. And Guardian Statue is also the same, except that Guardian Statue doesn't actually target to return to hand. Admittedly, now that I've known this fact now, after coming back to it for a while, I probably would play 3 Guardian Statue because of the way the game is. But back then, even if still now, I played Golden Sentry because it has the additional 400 defense, so it was more liable to stay on the field rather than Guardian Statue. But yeah, these ratios are just for the bounce back to hand, really, and enough on that. To round up the rock monsters, I play triple Medusa Worm. So Medusa Worm, when it's flip summoned, you non-target destroy one monster on your opponent's side of the field. So back then it was pretty much like a reusable man-eater bug, and yeah, it was just nice to have. For other monsters, because we are doing a lot of burn and you're flipping face down, face up, we are playing the triple stealth bird, just to help extend the burn plays of the deck. So this was just another funny thing to have. And I mentioned before, if I had DNA transplant and declared Earth, whenever I flip summon stealth bird, burn for 1k with stealth bird, and then exiled would then burn an extra 1000. For other monsters, I have the one Marshmallow and the one Lava Golem. Because Lava Golem is just, universally to just tribute and burn and stall, because that's what the deck does. And Marshmallow is also for that stall. For the spells, yes, this is going to be a very old tech. Obviously, double swords. Probably would now play something like Messenger of Peace, something that just be able to more likely to stall than just swords for 3 turns. Double ground collapse. Now, I was playing the YUGIOH combo because just locking out your opponent's monster zones. But now, being Link a thing, I've taken the Geometry out but kept the ground collapse. The idea is that you want to basically limit your opponent to basically only use one monster. And then your Golem Sentry or even your double or your Medusa one would then just basically destroy them one or return the one monster back to their side of the field and basically get rid of it. So that's what they aim for. We also have double MST just for some back row destruction. Probably could play with Twin Twizzlers, just general case that you want to be having the hand resources rather than disposing of it. Double Wave Motion. Didn't really want to play the third one for the sort of consistency in a way, because a lot of the time that you're going to be using the spell and trap zones, you're going to need to get them free. So yeah, just Wave Motion is just optional on that. We have the one Dark Hole. So obviously, just board wipes on that. Let's just give me a sec. So board wipes. We have the one Gold Sark. So Gold Sark, because the deck was slow for its time, we are just basically searching and be able to occur what we needed. Of course, we have the one Raigeki and the one Monster Reborn. Standard staples on that. Last but not least, for the spells, we have the one Insect Barrier. So the whole point of the Insect Barrier is actually in combo with the DNA Surgery. Admittedly, like I was back in the day, I was playing 2 DNA Surgery and 1 Insect Barrier and the 1 Dragon Capture Jar, because that was just one of the best ways to stall back then. But I'd rather not rely on this as much now. Triple Ceasefire for just for the burn damage, because you just can do a fair amount with it. Double Nightmare Will. So this is obviously if you do proc off the Lava Golem, you just prevent it from attacking, burn your opponent 500 during your standby phase, and then during your opponent's standby phase, burn them for 1000. Last but not least, I played the one Plankton. So probably a lot of you don't know this card. So this was what I originally played as Gravity Bind, but then once XYZs came out, I needed a way to stop rank basically XYZs from attacking. So this is the card that allowed me to do so. Sadly, it's only only applies for the turn. But the effect is rank 3 or higher, rank 3 or lower monsters gain 500 attack and defense. But the second effect is rank 4 or higher XYZ monsters cannot declare an attack. So yeah, this was just a way to sort of stop the XYZ monsters. On to the extra deck, our latest addition. We have the one Gallant Granite. The reason why I'm not playing more than one is that the deck doesn't heavily focus on spamming monsters on the board. As you can see on the monster count, I didn't have the only level 4 targets I have in my deck are the Golem Sentries and the Guardian Statue. But yes, Gallant Granite is just a really good card for this deck. Being able to either search for a rock, so you search for the boss monster Exod, because what was once a non-searchable is now searchable. And the second effect, which is probably one of the better ones, is that you can special summon a rock monster from your hand in face down defense position. This basically allows me to bypass tribute summoning for the Guardian the Sphinxes, and you just tribute off, then special summon Exod, so just free it like that. It's really nice. I played the one number 55 Go Goliath. Now Go Goliath, it gives 800 defense to all monsters you control. But the second effect is that you detach one, you can target a level 4 or level 4 Earth Rock type monster in your graveyard and return that target to hand. So you're obviously being Guardian statue and Golem Sentry being the only viable targets. It is what is to just reoccur back monsters, but yeah. That 800 defense is really nice to have on top. On to other generic rank 4 stuff. Have the Utopia package, your one Bagooska for the extra stall, Heart 82 for the attack directly, Castel for problematic cards, Tornado Dragon for back row destruction, Cowboy for doing extra finishing off for games, and the one Dark Rebellion just for the case situations that you need to beat over something. But yeah, that's that for the rank 4s. For rank 8 options, if you really want to go spicy with the summoning 2 Exods, I played the 38 Hope Harbinger, and I'll probably another latest edition, Dingusu. Dingusu will probably be making a lot of appearance now, simply for the fact that you can't just generically make it with just 2 level 8s. For links, I didn't really go for much for the links, but you have the one Lambda and the Boral Load and Boral Sword, as with now every deck pretty much incorporating these links. So that is it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed this sort of throwback deck. I do hope to see our rock deck being remade, as with all the the dinosaurs, the dinos, the pendulum, spell counter deck, all of those decks that were released before and now basically getting a new ramped up version of themselves. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and as always guys, happy doling!